The first preference we want to look at in our Jungian psychological model is the words that Jung introduced us to, that of introversion and extroversion. And he's referring to how we use our energies. The person who's more extroverted is an outward use of energy, and the person who's more introverted is an inward, more reflective use of their energy. These terms are in our common way of talking, and we put onto them certain characteristics which are quite often completely wrong. A Jungian analyst by the name of Vicente de Mora explained this to me very clearly a number of years ago, and I'd like to share that with you. So if we take a person who is more extroverted, this person, if I can draw their eye, this person will see an object, take the information in, interact with that object, ask questions about that object, and make a decision about what they see. A person who's more introverted, when this person sees the object, they take that information in, they process it, they analyse it, they compare it to their database, they make a decision of what they want to do, and they deliver. We have here two different systems of operating. Here, in the extroverted world, the interaction happens externally. It's all happening out here, backwards and forwards. Here, in introversion, the interaction is largely internal. So when we meet these people and we talk with these people, we hear from the extrovert person a lot more activity. They're noisier, they're louder, they talk quicker. There's a lot more happening for us to see and to hear. In the world of introversion, we see less, we hear less, because more is happening internally, inside the person. They are indeed much quieter in every way. If you like an analogy, one way we can think about it is here the extroverted world is a bit like playing ping pong. You imagine two people playing ping pong, backwards and forwards, interacting backwards and forwards, and then an outcome. For the introverted world, it's much more like the game of snooker or billiards, where people take it in turn to play their role. And while they're playing their role, the other person sits quietly back and allows them to process all the way through the system. One of the reasons we have so much difficulty when we mix with people who are not like us is because we're not playing the same game by the same rules. So imagine in a meeting when the introverted person and the extroverted person are failing to understand each other. Just think, maybe one person is playing ping pong and the other one is playing billiards.
So as Richard explained, introversion extroversion is about our attitude, and we can see here a summary of some of the main characteristics for people who have a preference for either introversion or extroversion.